Hey everyone, Vintage Vinny here. Welcome to another haul video. Everything I'm going to be sharing with you today came from Precious Treasures in Winchester, Virginia. So if you watched my previous video of Applejack's Resale and Sophia's Thrift Store, those were both in the same general vicinity of Winchester, Stevens City area. I bought quite a bit from Precious Treasures, a lot more than I'd anticipated. I think it was well over $100 that I had spent. Got some really great things, and I hope you all think so too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the haul, shall we? Precious Treasures is an indoor flea market just like Applejack's is. So you can get some really good bargains in there. I've walked out in the past with just a few things here or there because some of the booths just had things that I weren't interested in or were priced a little too high for me. You know, things like that. Like any place I go. So, anyway, so I did walk out with some really great bargains. The first being this really nice smoky gray little pitcher with the applied handle. Not sure who made it. It could be Jamestown. I know that that is made, I think, in either Virginia or West Virginia. So I know that people like to collect these pieces, and if I can get them for a really good price like I did this one, y'all can get it for a really good price too. I did find a booth in there that was 50% off, and I found some really great things in there, you guys, including this adorable elephant planter. Gonna have to do a little bit more research on him to see what he goes for. Otherwise, be on the lookout for him at a live sale. Take him away. Oh, I forgot to mention, I don't know if this is really old. Oops, I just bumped the camera. I'm sorry. I don't know if these are old, but they did come, or that elephant did come with some sea glass. So that was like an added bonus for me. So this piece right here that's in front of me, I really don't know much about it. It's really interesting. It's a bowl here. It's cobalt. I'm not sure if this is Depression era or if this is like reproduction depression. It's a bowl that sits on this little stand here. And again, it was 50% off. So I decided to take a chance on that because it is very interesting. And it's just a very cool piece that I've never seen before, and again, it was 50% off, so I said, what the heck, let me give it a shot. So the only other item that I've gotten in this shot, I'm gonna have to adjust the camera here so you guys can see it better, so just give me 1 second. Alright, so I apologize, guys. Ever since I got this my phone fixed, I feel like it's just, the camera is just being blurry and a pain, and I can't go very far back without it blurring up, so I'm going to be taking this to T-Mobile after I get off of work today, because you guys are seeing this at midnight. I believe that this is an Empoli piece based on the swirl stem right there. People do collect these and use them. I'm not really sure if this is a brandy snifter or not, because it doesn't have kind of like that, you know, that certain design on the top there. But I thought it was really cool. It is like a root beer color, so that's awesome. So I just had to pick that up. So like I said, it's going to be a little random because there was just a good assortment of everything in this one particular booth. So you're going to see new and old mixed. In this shot, of course, you see 5 more modern items and then 3 older. Hot sauces are for us. They were 50 cents from this booth. Hot sauce, you know, just depending on where it's made, I like to try. This is Hot Mama's brand spicy mustard sauce, and we've got, it looks like a spicy sweet habanero pineapple. So these, I think, are Belize spicy sauces, so I'm excited to try these and see how they are. And you can't really beat 50 cents for those, so I had to give those a whirl. Hand sanitizer from Bath and Body Works I really like a lot, so anytime I find it inexpensively, I pick it up. This was only 50 cents as well. So I love Gatorade and Powerade. I do drink it all throughout the year just because, you know, it's got good electrolytes in it, and, you know, with summer, you know, you sweat a lot and you lose a lot of your salts and such, so I like to drink water and Gatorade throughout that the hotter season. Even with the colder seasons or colder months, I like to drink it too, just to keep my electrolytes going. So this is Gatorade powder. So you put it in like a pitcher of water and you make the Gatorade. This was only $1.50. I know that's definitely way more than what the retail stores charge. I think this says that it was manufactured in June of 23 because it does not say expired or EXP. And it's just powder anyway, so it's not like it would really go bad. So I decided to take that, so that's going to be something I will be putting to good use. You know, everywhere that I turned in this booth, there was just something. And you saw something different every time because there was just so much in it. So, you know, I had to go through it probably 8 or 10 times because I was just finding stuff left and right, and like I said, I didn't see everything. Like all the stuff you're seeing from this particular booth, you know, it took me a little while to find it all, just because there was so much and your eyes just go all over the place. So this is a set of 3 cordial, I think these are cordial glasses. I just loved the etching or the etch design on here. Forgive me. Look at that. Very deco looking to me. Of course, I want to find out who made them. If I find out anything before this video goes up, I'll insert a screenshot. But I just loved the look of those, and, you know, picture doing like a, I don't know, maybe a, I don't know, a shot of something. That just went out of focus. I apologize. But yeah, those are cool. Okay, so I know it looks like 3 random stacks of dishes. Stacked onto each other. But yeah, I know some of my setups might be a little bit strange with how I show them, but I hope you all don't mind it. So this, you know, you can buy these anywhere. This is just a one of those candle holders. You know, sometimes when you buy a candle, you don't expect it to be as large, so the ones that you have on hand don't fit it that well. This was only $1, so this is of course going to go in our candle the candle shelf that we have in our closet upstairs. So we have a really large candle and we don't want to ruin furniture or anything. We've got that. This is really cool. This is like almost like an aqua luster, or at least it looks like aqua luster to me. Console bowl, no maker's mark on it, but I really liked the look of it, and again, it was 50% off, so it was already a good price, but for it to be half off, that was a bonus. Let me set this down and then I will show you all that piece. Okay, I don't like that. That's just gonna make me a nervous wreck. So we'll put you here for now. This is awesome. This is a, is it gonna show on the back maybe? Or is it backwards? Let me just take the tag off real quick if I can. All right, hold on guys. Let me take the tag off real quick. So I'm not sure if it's gonna show up. Again, I've been having some camera issues. I need to take this phone into T-Mobile to see what settings I need to put so this thing focuses correctly, because it's just being weird. This says, I think, Safe Bake. I think that's what it says. Yep, it says Safe Bake USA, and it's got a Valentine's Day motif on it. I just thought that was really cool. We actually found a smaller one of these in Kentucky. We went to a Goodwill, and I think I had seen it out of the corner of my eye, and then I just kind of, I guess I just wasn't thinking. And because we all didn't know where we were, we went to the same Goodwill twice. We went once, I think we all gathered, and then Scott joined us, and that's when he discovered it, along with a really cool Cambridge key designed, like, I guess, ivy bowl. So that's really cool. Look at this awesome piece of black glass. I have no idea who made it. I almost want to say Ellie Smith, but it's a really awesome compote. I thought this would be great to put on your dining room table, maybe with some candy corn or things like that in there. Again, this came from that same booth that was 50% off, so it was a heck of a good deal. Love, love, love that. All right, so moving right along. I thought this was really cool. I mean, it's really beat up, but it needed to be rescued. This is a Hills Vest Pocket Webster Dictionary. It's from 1895. Like I said, it is, torn and ripped and, pages are falling out of it, but it's one of those things where you gotta rescue it. Because if you don't, it's gonna end up in the landfill. Let's see if I can take you out of the page that says it's 1895. Right here, the Pronouncing Dictionary, copyright 1895 by E.A. Weeks and Company. I'm not really sure that somebody would be interested in this, but I just felt that even though it's in rough shape, somebody may want it for craft purposes, or heck, if they just like old literature and books. Of course, I will do my research just to see what this may or may not sell for, but we will see. Again, it was just a rescue piece. I felt bad leaving it. This is really cool. This is a new old stock clothesline. It's called the Tuck and Grip. It's kind of hard to read because the letters are faded. That's new in the packaging. I just thought that would be neat to have, like maybe to put in a junk jar, or maybe, because it's new old stock, something that's been in there for decades. So that'll be going into a collector's jar. This, I'm not really sure what it is. Columbia, we all know, is usually a pretty good brand. I think it's like a light or something, like a little flicker light. I haven't tested it to see if it works, but it's in the packaging. Like I said, I have to do a little bit of research on that and see what that may go for. So right in front of me, as you can see, we have this little Merrymakers Leo the Lamp A lighter. This is made, or was made, by Department 56, I want to say in the 90s, because it does say Taiwan on it. Here is the bottom where it says that, Department 56, made in Taiwan. So yeah, that's really cool. There was a booth in this, like in the back part of this store / indoor flea market, whatever you want to call it, which is, what it is. And everything in the booth was $1 or less than like $3. So I picked this up for $1. I did look it up, and it looks like I might be able to get $20 for this guy. So I was more than thrilled to be able to get that. And it's got the original box, it's got the styrofoam, and even the little plastic bags that it was in. So at least I can say it's, new open box, right? So I'm going to put you down here so nothing happens to you. It's almost like the lantern is just heavy for him. Oh, all right. So I did get some ephemera, because y'all know you can't really go anywhere without looking at some of the old paper product. So I found this 1975 Cambridge glass book. Originally, the dealer was asking $3. Then they marked it down to $1. So this will just be cool to have to see what kind of glass is out there. Oops, there's another booklet in there. But that'll just be neat to be able to identify certain things. And then it even has, it looks like this is the price guide to the Cambridge book, so I guess that may have just come with it. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not showing that to y'all very well. So I guess that's just a little pamphlet that came with the book 49 years ago. So let me slip that back in here. So that'll definitely be a good reference, and the pictures are in color, so that'll be interesting. This I found in a booth where they said that all their ephemera was $1. It's for Christmas Give the Sporting News. It's just a little pamphlet advertising a product, but it's Christmassy. I thought it was kind of cool. I like the front cover. That would be cool framed up, don't you think? And then amid all of this person's books and literature, I found a Lawrence Welk pamphlet. I'm not sure of the age, but oh, that's completely blurry. There we go. Nope, because of the angle. So that was kind of cool. I mean, I've heard of Lawrence Welk. My grandfather used to watch the Lawrence Welk show. I don't know if any of my dad's side of the family watched it. I'm sure they did because it was a big deal back in the day. But it's really cool because it says it's a folder, but it's not. It's like a little program for it. I would definitely say this is from the 60s, just based on like the outfits and the hair and the... I mean, it's very cool though. Very, very cool. So I kind of couldn't resist that. So I did end up getting these vent covers for your air conditioning. I think they called them heat directors. Oops. So yeah, these were 50% off. I want to say they're about like $5 if you get them at Home Depot or Lowe's. But they're just good to have on hand, especially if you need to keep the air from blowing on something. And they're magnetic, so they stick right to the vent shaft. And I just got the 3 that they had. So those will be going into our supply closet. This was really interesting. You know, I first thought it was older just based on the font of the letters and the and such. I want to say that this was from the early 90s. This was called Deal or Meal Cards. They were in that booth for 50% off. See what I mean? It looks very 70s, but I think this is probably from the 90s. And if all of the cards are there, I want to say that this is actually worth some money. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Again, if I remember to do a quick lookup of these items before I put the video together, I will insert screenshots of the sold listings. So that was really interesting. Then I grabbed this. This is La Belle Provincia. It's a gift set. I can't remember, again, off the top of my head what this sells for. If I remember to do comps, I will, of course, insert that so y'all can see. It's brand new, never been opened, so that's always a good sign when you see something like that to take a chance. It was only $5, so I'm not out too much money. So, but of course, since I was able to, I did look up everything beforehand before I bought it that was going to go on eBay. So, of course, I always like to do my research if I can find it. Because some things that I buy, you know, I have in mind of doing a live sale or selling it at a live sale, and then sometimes I have items in mind that I need to research and make sure they're not worth putting on eBay, so that way I can get the most money that I can. Because that's what you're supposed to do in this business. You're supposed to sell things and get the most you can out of them. So that was definitely an interesting pickup. All right, so this is interesting. This is a Holmes tropical fan. It's from the 90s. Of course, I tested it to make sure that it works, and it does. I originally, and I may still do this, bought it for myself because I get hot sometimes when I'm doing my sales, and I don't really have a fan going to, you know, keep me cool. So with the clip, I thought, okay, I could clip it to my desk, and I can use it. And, you know, I paid $5 for it, just thinking, oh, you know, it's a nice little portable fan that shouldn't make too much noise. But again, I looked it up just for, you know, shits and giggles, and I found out that it's actually worth a little bit of money. So we'll see what happens there. Again, I will insert the screenshot if I remember to do so. But I love the colors, the blue and the green, 2 of my favorites in an item. That's just really cool. So this was a really great grab. This is just a big old bag of face and hair products. It was 50% off. There's some Proactive in here. I'm not sure if some of this stuff is new or if it is used. Of course, I won't be able to sell it, but for $2, I have sold this before, this Daily Oil Control Moisturizer. If that's new, of course, that's definitely going to go on eBay. Of course, I'm going to do my research on some of these other products if they are new. Sometimes products will fade, you know, just because they're out in the sunlight or they're exposed to the elements. But there's some Bath & Body stuff in here. There is, you know, Aveeno. So I'm excited to see what's in there. And again, it was definitely worth picking up for only $2. So this is really cool, you guys. This is an old stand or table of some sort. and you open it up and you can put stuff in it. This is full of items from another store that you all will see very, very soon. This was in that booth for 50% off. And I just liked it. It has kind of like a beachy vibe to me with the, you know, the messed up paint and the wood exposure. I just thought that was awesome. Alright, so this was definitely a great score. This is a, well, they call it a mini dresser. Again, this was from that booth that was 50% off. What I intended on doing with this is putting it upstairs in my bedroom. I want to move my Rollo printer back up there because sometimes it jams and it, you know, sometimes I don't realize it until after I go downstairs. So it was only $2. I know somebody paid a lot more than that for this item. And it is a little bit beat up, like marks and such, because it's been used, but I don't really care because for the purpose it's going to serve, it's going to do a great job for me. So I think I'm gonna store the labels in here that I have, like the spare labels, and also my receipt booklets that I have from the different years, just because sometimes I sell things from a few years ago and I need to mark it right away on the said slip. So this will be a great little piece to add to my bedroom, and for only $2, you just can't say no. Okay, y'all, so I apologize. I'm ready to throw this phone at the wall because I'm getting really frustrated with it not auto-focusing or just focusing in general. So this is a Chico's top. As you can see, it's got a really nice, intricate design on it. Chico's, I know back in the day, and it probably still today, is very expensive. As you can see, this retailed for $99. Will I be able to get $99 for this? No. But it is a nice shade of orange. I think this is probably more of like a summer top. I was supposed to get this for $1, I remember, but it rung up as something else. But that's okay. I still got a little discount on it, and maybe I can get $40, maybe $35, $40 for it. We will see. So that was one piece that I got. Alright, so I also got this really awesome men's Columbia size large jacket. Again, I apologize if it is just not focusing or it's attempting to focus. I don't think this was $1. It should have been, but it didn't come up as such. But that's okay. I think I might be able to get maybe $25, $30 for this. You know, maybe it's like a light winter jacket, or maybe you could wear it for springtime and into fall as well. So it's a nice color combo, and I think I might be able to do all right with that. All right, so this might be a little bit more modern for all of my audience. If any of you all have heard of the band Maroon 5, they've been around, I think, since the early 2000s. I love them. I think they are great. I love a lot of their music. Songs About Jane, I'll insert the album cover right here, was probably the first album I ever heard of this band, or from this band. This Love, Must Get Out. Oh boy, that's really bad. Oh, She Will Be Loved. Those were a couple of the songs that I remember from that album. And they even had some really good music when I was in high school too, so I had to pick that up. I wonder if I can flip this around without knocking it over. Should be able to. So this is for their 2013 tour. I don't think there's anything for Maryland. So let's see, we got Columbus, Ohio, Auburn Hills, Michigan, New York, New York, Manchester, New Hampshire, Toronto, Ontario, Montreal, Quebec, Uncasville, Connecticut, East Rutherford, New Jersey, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Kansas City, Missouri, Moline, Illinois, Omaha, Nebraska, St. Paul, Minnesota, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Vancouver, British Columbia, Seattle, Washington, San Jose, California, Los Angeles, California, Las Vegas, Nevada, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Nashville, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia, Sunrise, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, they were kind of close. DC and Philadelphia, and Rosemont, Illinois. And this is a size large, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on this, but we'll see what happens. If you are open to listening to new music, or new quote-unquote, Check Maroon 5 out. I like a lot of their stuff. I'm trying to think of some of the songs that I like off the top of my head. So I mentioned some of the songs from the Songs About Jane album. More modernly, there's a song called One More Night. You've got Hands All Over, Moves Like Jagger. What other songs can I think of by them off the top of my head that I listen to? Won't Go Home Without You. There's a song called Locked Away that Adam Levine himself did with another artist. Yeah, so those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. Love this band personally. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I grew up listening to them, so they are a staple of my childhood. All right, and the final garment that I actually bought for myself are these Champion athletic pants. Again, I believe they were $1. And Champion, you know, depending on where you buy it, can be kind of expensive. And if you all happen to be wondering what I was using to show the clothing, at Salvation Army a few months ago, and this is not focused, I am so sorry. Again, for the millionth time. It's a mannequin. They had a few of them, but they didn't have the hook, so I was happy I got there when I did. So it's just a male torso, and I don't sell clothing too often, and you guys have heard me talk about why I don't. But sometimes, you know, you find something that's pretty good, and, you know, instead of showing it on a hanger on the back of a door is not exactly the best way to photograph something, so now I have at least something to make the clothing look a little bit more attractive in the photo. So I got this mannequin for like 10 bucks at Salvation Army, so you can get them on Amazon, I'm sure, and other places, but I was just there at the right time to be able to get this. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. Again, I apologize for the technology issues, and I've said it a million times throughout this video. Again, I really do apologize. It's out of my control. When I'm up close, it's focused, but if I were to just show you all the where all of my inventory is and everything, it would be completely blurry. Like doing shop with me's would be pointless right now until I figure out what the heck happened. So what I'm going to do is, like I mentioned before, I'm going to take this over to the T-Mobile that's right down the road from my house after I get off of work tomorrow and see what it is that they can do about it. I'll show them exactly what the problem is, and we'll go from there. So I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.